Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of hermits and crafting. And we're flying through the village of Hermitville after we were freed from the town of Sweetberry after renovating it. We took our rocket and, well, you know, we still quite haven't learned our lessons in the rocket realm, crashed into the fence, and then lifted off into the air, making ourselves the tallest house here. And something looks slightly different. Not only does Grian's house look taller, it also looks like it has a witch's hat on it. It looks like a little mini witch's hat. Look at it, look at the little witch hat up there. You see it. But I'm very curious, is his house, higher than ours? Checking the coordinates here, we are at a height of 162. All right, we're scaffolding up the witch's hat here, right up to the top. And the verdict is 163. He is one block higher than us. You know what? I've always wanted to watch TV in Minecraft, so maybe we need to build ourselves a TV antenna. Okay, this is hilarious. Cup keeps trying to put this in my inventory. Little does he know, my inventory is completely full. Oh gosh, this is great. You silly goose. It feels good to be on top once again. No witch's spire will take our crown away. We are now at 165, plus we have live TV. But the only problem is we don't have a TV. Look at cute Joe, look at her little eye right there. Anyway, we've got ourselves our TV mounted on the wall, 15-inch flat panel. You know, you can pull it forward, push it back to get it out of the way. And of course, we have our cables going into it to bring us, you know, the HBO, the sports and things along those lines, so we can watch live TV. You know what? I don't think any of these other houses have live TV. I'll tell you that right now. Also, do they have a rocket sticking through their floor that you can roast marshmallows on? Tell me if they do, because that's the most amazing thing ever. Also, the danger of asphyxiation is real. Enough house measuring for today. It's time to get to business, and that is ushering in the ConCorp invasion. That is right. We have a huge project for today, and that is making ConCorp's presence known here at Hermitville. And the object today is an unidentified object, and it is going to be floating over the city as the new overlords here at Hermitville. And that is the ConCorp Unidentified Flying Object Shop. And we are going to sell all of the finest new 1.14 items. And to start that off, we had to go into the nether and get a lot of quartz. That is 5 shulker boxes full of quartz. Not quartz ore, but quartz blocks. And we're gonna need a whole lot of other things because we're gonna sell all the new 1.14 building blocks. And to start with, smooth quartz, because it's my favorite new block. But not just smooth quartz, we're gonna need all the fun things that is new in 1.14 that we can use to build now. But before we get to it, we gotta address this site. This place is becoming an environmental hazard because rocket fuel has spilled into this area, and I'm a bit concerned. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to call in the one, the only HIP, the Hermit Environmental Protection Agency. So we'll get those guys down here and see what they can do about cleaning the site up. And eventually maybe we could get Roller Bro and his buddy over here and they can start reconstructing the wall. Because yeah, it's open to the elements, and the elements are pillagers. What keeps me up every night in fear as a ConCorp co-owner is Rembob, because HIP is not here yet, and it's going to take them some time to travel all the way from Hermit Island to Hermitville to commence the cleanup of the rocket site. But we're kind of polluting the area, and Rembob here is very particular on the environment here at the Hippie Collective Van. And to get ahead of this problem, I've got my treasure chest here, as you can see. And what ConCorp does best is bribes. So we are going to buy out all of his Hippie Hermit Collective arts and crafts. So let's send him a little message that ConCorp is on his side. And there we go. Hopefully this is a nice distraction for Rembob. He can buy himself something nice, and we'll even leave him a little book here. So ConCorp thanks you for the work you do, protecting the environment here on Hermitcraft. Without your constant vigilance of Mother Nature, who knows what horrors could be unleashed from those so-called green tech companies. From your friends at ConCorp. P.S. This book entitles you to 15% off any ConCorp purchase. Some restrictions apply. See the website or call our award-winning Con Support representative today. And there we go. We will put that inside the box next to those big, beautiful diamonds there for Red Bob. And yeah, we will be calling HIP very, very soon and have those helicopters and robots start appearing to hopefully clean that site up. It is good to be back at Pirate Island. It has been quite some time, and off to the right-hand side, I can see that the snow is back up on the volcano peak there. That's just fantastic. Oh, but like I said, it is good to fly through here once again because we had been gone for quite some time, and that was my head again. Today is really taking a toll on my noggin. But anyway, let's fly into our storage area and get the resources ready for today's project. So of course, we're going to be selling, like I mentioned, all of the 1.14 items that are useful for building. So workstations for villagers that can be converted to building blocks, like the smithing station or the barrel, things along those lines. Also, we need to collect all the quartz that we got from the nether and smelt that down to smooth quartz. And we need to get our sand so we can make red sand. So we need to grab out our red sand here, and then we'll make smooth red sand and smooth sandstone. So those are some of the main things we're going to be selling at the shop. So let's pack this all up, head over to the super smelter. Flew into ConCorp, and apparently Cub has made a roller coaster since I was lost in the woods, and I cannot wait to try this thing. It goes up onto the hill into that super cool tower, and yeah, Cub has just been going crazy here with some amazing things. So he's built these watchtowers to keep an eye on some of those undesirables that have been trying to infiltrate the fortification of ConCorp, and now he's made a roller coaster to get up to the top, which is amazing. I love this so much. Let's see, bail before the end of the track. Why? Why would I do that? Oh, I think there's bad people up there. Oh yeah, there are other bad people. Wow, look at that minecart. It's totally rocking. It's a rocking good time in that minecart over there. Shouldn't have got out so soon. I want to ride the roller coaster again, but we must get back to work here. So we've got all of our quartz ready to roll here. And then in these boxes, we have our red sand, our sandstone. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go get another box of this. This is the imposter sandstone. Sand and half slabs? Are you kidding me? And over here, we've got our red sand. And okay, this is an actual box of sandstone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna smelt this all down to the smooth variant. Back here at the secret pirate cave, and I think we have enough inventory now for our shop. There's definitely still more things we need. One thing that I forgot was smooth stone, so I had to head back, smelt down those two things. So we got 2 chests of those, and that's the only way to make blast furnaces, I believe, is the new smooth stone, which isn't new, it's just different recipe than it was. So I think we have enough, so let's pack up and head on back to Hermitville. Now that we're back in Hermitville, it's time to plot the location for the build, and I got kind of back and forth on where I want to put it on ConCorp's highway in the sky, and I think right here below us is the best spot. I originally cleared this area for some other kind of build, but I think it'll work really well for our design. Now the reason being is that for a flying saucer, the perfect place to land it over is of course a cow pasture. So we can put some cows, little pasture in here, and then have the flying saucer up in the air with a beam going down onto the ground, sucking up cows, but the beam is also how you get into the flying saucer. So I think that'll be really cool. Now, I have been in creative for at least 3 hours trying to come up with a really cool flying saucer design that's not a repeat of what we've done before. Now, I came up with some unique designs that I don't think will fit in this particular build, but in the future, maybe Moonbase Alpha. So look forward to that in the future, but I still do have kind of a unique design, and it's a little bit more Minecrafty than, say, a flying saucer. So let's get some scaffolding and see about getting this thing built. The ConCorp invasion starts now. We've got a layout for our unidentified flying object, and I didn't want to go with a circular dish design. We've already done that once in season 5 for Hermitron, which I miss Hermitron every day. I wish it would come back. And we did one for Stress Monster for the season 5 X prank. So I think this is a unique design. It's a little bit different. It's also incredibly huge, and it's lined up perfectly to match the ConCorp highway in the sky. So I'm thinking about actually building like a highway from here to there, and then ConCorp can put, you know, shops and other buildings along the highway in the sky. Like, we don't just have a street. We got a highway in the sky. Anyway, so I think this is looking good. I may make a few more modifications, but my next phase here is to get the detail down. So we're going to start laying out some permanent blocks. And look at little Iskel down there building something. He looks like a little ant. But whatever he's doing looks amazing. Anyway, so yeah, let me get some permanent blocks and let's get building. Ninja Scar, heading on over to troll Iskel with the Lego-matic. Look at him over there. Look at him over there. Oh, wait, where are the good rockets? Wait, that's not the good ones. No. What the heck? Well, that was a bit of a failure. I had the Lego-matic with the particle rockets in my offhand. That should be how you load it, but unfortunately, that was a disgrace on all of Vex kind. So what we're doing now is we are cutting down some half slabs here, because I think the smooth quartz is going to be one of the main building blocks to really add definition to the saucer. At long last, we now have a crafting headquarters below the flying saucer. We've also got our supplies ready to roll. So let's do this. Oh wait, I don't have a rocket. Shoot, no, I can't. No, I can't get back up, and that's my only ender chest. Rockets in hand, it's time to get started with this project. So let's take a land here onto the scaffolding and look at our inventory. So this is our color palette / textures for the build. So we've got our light gray and our smooth quartz. That's gonna be our main structure. Now our color and detail and texture are gonna come in play with the UFO block right here. A little bit of light blue, a little cyan, of course. Those are very Vex-like colors, so that'll be perfect. Our windows are gonna be modern glass, and yeah, I'm super excited about this. So why don't we jump into super fast build mode and get started. As we build this flying saucer in super speed mode, I wanted to get your perspective on something. I've received an ever-increasing amount of comments from you about where some of my older series have gone, specifically one, and that is our modern house building series. We started that in 2013, and we really built the channel on it, and there's so many people found me through that series and learned how to build through it, and I've just received an ever-increasing amount of comments about asking where that series has been. So once and for all, we're gonna decide, should we bring this back? I'm going to put a poll up, and down in the comments, you can also vote by going #YesHouses or #NoHouses, and this series wouldn't be brought back in the exact same way. There's no fun in that. We would bring it back in a different way, a more fast-paced, I would believe, not a 36 episode series, but more of a two-parter. How about we do an exterior, we do an interior, show you how to do it, then you can take that design, put your own artistic interpretations upon it, and maybe we even expand it out to other things besides houses. Maybe we combine the house building series into Scarchitecture and we just take it to the next level. But I want to know from you, is that a good idea? So put it up in the poll or down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. End of super fast build mode, and we now have ourselves an unidentified flying object over the skies of Hermitville. And I'll tell you this right now, my friends, this is the last time I am gonna build in the air in at least a couple months. We're done building in the air for a little while, because this has been a lot of fun and a lot of pain at the same time. Now, the roof line at the very top, if we can turn around and take a look at, it has some, you know, decent level of detail in it. I think it came out really nice, and it's not just, you know, half slabs stacked on one another. There's a lot of variations in shape up here, so I think that looks really nice. But, oh, nope, I'm glad I missed the rail there. Bub the Creeper Building Inspector wanted to pay a visit. And I'll assure you, Bob, everything is up to code and ready to go. Do we hit him? Oh, we did! Oh my gosh, that might have been the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't think he lived. Oh man. Okay, that was fabulous. Anyway, as I said before, all of these half slabs are fairly rudimentary in design, so I definitely want to come down here and add some more detail, but it took... Wow. Okay, I get it. That was revenge for Bob. You revenged your friend. But you know what, buddy? I'm gonna have my revenge. Yep. I thought I was gonna knock him off. That would have been more cinematic. But anyway, so where we need to turn our attention is to the axis of the UFO. So how is that going to go? My vision is that we open up this wall and make a new gate into the castle. The pathway leads out here where there is a pasture of farm animals, specifically cows. UFOs and cows just go so well together. And this is just a pasture, right? UFO arrives and it's sending down a beam and it's sucking up the cows. Now we're going to add a bubble column going straight up, and we'll surround it and make it look extra detailed because just a standard bubble column would look kind of hokey. So we'll do something really nice there. I've also never built a bubble column, so that's going to be interesting. And yeah, so I think that'll be cool. So I want to start on that just to get that established because the interior is going to be challenging because it's very strangely laid out inside here. There's not really good places to put walls and dividers within it. So I think we're going to keep it fairly open inside of the ship. Now, I'd love to maybe create some kind of a warp core or maybe even a second story at the top. So maybe like a hovering end crystal in here. I think it'd look really, really cool. So maybe what we could do is start arranging this area. So maybe there's, workbenches in this area, there's smooth blocks in this zone, and then more of command and control at the top I think could be really cool. So the bubble elevator is going to come straight up here, and maybe that is where the end crystal is kind of hovering above it. Ooh, that sounds amazing. We're back here at my favorite place here on the server, and that is the super smelter. But we need to also get a few other things while we're here, and that is kelp. Because I was told that kelp is the most important part of a bubble elevator, but I've also never seen kelp inside of a bubble elevator, so I'm confused. So I'm going to figure that out. And also, as one always says when they're adding things to the super smelter, hungry, hungry, hungry smelter. I think finally we have all the resources. Ooh, cake right here. Surprise cake to the face. I love it. Anyway, we have all the resources necessary to start this project. So in this, wait, wrong box. This one, there we go, for the cow pasture. So that's set up. I got a little wild on the kelp. We probably don't need that much. And then some more miscellaneous supplies for the interior of the shop. We got the glass for the tractor beam and some more supplies for the villager workstations. So with that, let's head back to Hermitville. I'm gonna say that's the center of the saucer. So let's grab out our soul sand. I think I'm doing this right. And we'll place that down. And now we can send down a water stream. Water stream activated. I'm starting to like this thing with a little more detail on the bottom. I think we're just about there. Now, this thing is not working as I intended. There's no bubbles going up. Now I am gonna bring the blue all the way up. I'm just not getting any of the woo that I was looking for. How do you get the woo bubbles? Got it now. You're supposed to create a water source at the bottom. So apparently water source at the top, but this is technically not one. So by placing that, we should get the woo bubbles. There they are. Let's head on up. What the heck? Hello? I need to go up to the top story, please. To the penthouse. Nope. Those are not the woo bubbles we're looking for. I have been informed that you need a water source for every block going upwards. And to do that, that is where the kelp comes in play. I thought the kelp came in play with the switching between the going up and the going down. So that was a bit of a failure. We will never speak of this again. So this goes, wait, you can't put this on there, so I guess I'm gonna have to swap the soul for a little while out with this and just take its word for it that every time I place this down, it's becoming a source block. Oh, it is. So then these pieces along the side are what keeps it all together. Okay, see, this is what happens when you don't read an instruction manual. This has been the biggest pain in the block. I have done this twice now. I made everything out of panes, and then I realized we could do the fog effect if we did it in the bigger blocks. So I tore out all the panes, went with the blocks, and at the very last line going straight up, I thought, you know what? Taking the water out of the center will probably make this whole process a lot faster instead of the pain of doing this with water in the center. I wish I had Optifine to zoom in on that spider, but that spider followed me all the way up to the top. But we've got our kelp installed, and I don't know how to fix this stream yet, so hopefully you guys can help me with some of this stuff. So I think if we break that, that should work, and then we can put this here, and we should go woo. Oh, we did it! We're going woo! All the way to the top, please. Please, cross your fingers. Nailed it! Ah, I love it! Oh man, I had no idea that a water stream would go actually that high, so that's a bit of a surprise. Oh, we did it! Oh my gosh, that makes me super happy. All right, so now we just gotta jazz this thing up, make it look super sweet. So yeah, I'm really happy now. We got ourselves a beam, but I'm very concerned that it's a little too much. So the size of it, the thickness of it, so I think I'm gonna take it down, but I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are on it once this video goes up, because at this point, I think it's the best course of action is to shrink it a little bit, but I'm also very curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on it. So if I were to go ahead with my idea, what I'd do is I'd take this layer down right now. So I take that down, and then in my inventory here, you'll see I have some light blue, I've got some purple, I've got some white, and I would wrap those all the way around the sides as if it's kind of like this teleporting beam. So think of like Star Trek when they energize. So I think that could be cool. So yeah, we put a lot of work into this glass, so it's gonna take a lot more work to tear it down, but it's always for the greater good of the design. In my opinion, that looks substantially better than the previous version, but I'm also very curious, what are your thoughts? Did you like version 1 or version 2? So in the comments, put version 1 or version 2, because I'm very curious to see which one you like. Now, for me, this looks a little bit better now with the spiral going across. I think that gives it more character, and being skinnier, you know, just kind of beefs it up a little bit, but also maintaining a little bit better scale in design. So let's take the express route right up into the saucer. We dodged a skeleton back there, by the way. This is such a cool view with the little bits of color and stuff along those lines on the tunnel. So, wow, what in the world? Apparently this is a trampoline. I did not know that, but I like it. Anyway, interior time. Time to start thinking about how this place is all going to look. There is also no way down, and I don't know how to fix that yet. I'd like to have this turn off, and then you can take it back down, but I don't know how to do that. Maybe we could get a redstoner to do that. So redstoners out there, help. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to set this area up, of course, like a shop. So like I said before, maybe we do kind of the villager outfitter in this area. We do the new smooth block variants over here. So the whole flying saucer is like bringing unidentified blocks to Minecraft that are part of 1.14. So new things. We just got to figure out how to properly do this. I think barrels will look cool sideways. And then we need a cockpit up at the top. Maybe get one of those end crystals like right here, like hovering above that. Oh, that would look so cool. Anyway, let's see if we can make this become a reality. The ConCorp invasion has started here in Hermitville. We've got our unidentified flying object built up and ready to roll. Let's look at the very top, and I wanted it to be night because it really makes the tractor beam come to life, and I think it looks pretty cool. There is, of course, things that we're gonna do that we weren't able to get to today, and that is the lower section down here. So this will eventually become the cow pasture, so there's gonna be cows. We're gonna do that on stream, so definitely follow me on Twitch and Twitter to be notified when I go live there. So let's climb inside here and shoot up to the top here. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, that's awesome. Anyway, ooh, hello. Come on, out of the water. There we go. And then as you guys can see, we've got our shulker boxes set up and ready to go with the corresponding item that's for sale. So 2 diamonds, 4 smooth quartz. So that would be, you know, 2 diamonds per stack of smooth quartz. And then what is this over here? So 128 smooth stone for 1 diamond. So 2 stacks of that, looking super fun. And then of course, I believe this is 128 for 1 diamond. And then this is 1 stack for a diamond. This is a little bit harder to get. And now in terms of the villager stations, so we have the composter, we have the smithing table, the barrel, and the jigsaw. Not jigsaw, what's that called again? What's that? Stone cutter. There we are. There is a lot more I want to add here. Blast furnaces are great for building, things along those lines, but we'll get to those eventually. And lanterns are very useful. Also, little extra details. We added command control center here and over there. So that also acts as lighting. So we have additional lighting, but these probably aren't necessary anymore with these two end rods here. So we might take the wall lights off, and then there's some chairs on this side. So there we go. I think that is a super awesome interior for our unidentified flying object. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today. This was a wild episode building up in the air, but I'm very, very pleased with it in the end. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.